Last year, the Portland Police Department partnered with a local nonprofit named Terremoto Inc. to launch an innovative project that revealed a surprising perspective on members of the police force. The project was a calendar, The Thin Blue Lines, that teamed Portland's law enforcement personnel with area photographers and poets. The result was a visual and poetic expression that dramatized the human and artistic side of members of the department and the work they do. This year, the collaboration continues with the Police Poetry Calendar Book 2010, shown here in preparation for printing. 20 officers, detectives, lieutenants, commanders, chiefs, assistant chief, warrant officers have teamed with 11 poets and 9 photographers to create the calendar. The calendar project started as an idea by director, playwright, and community artist Marty Pottinger.
For 3 years, we've been based in Portland, Maine, and partnered with the city of Portland to investigate and discover how art making on the part of city employees and elected officials can actually improve city government, both the relationship with the public, but also the actual work that they're doing within each department. So there's several different projects in the last 3 years that are ongoing, but one of them is called Thin Blue Lines, and that's the project with the Portland Police Department. And for 2 years now, this second calendar is coming out. There's a poetry and photography police calendar where the officers, and this is behind me is the mock-up, we're just about to get it to the printer, and here's Sergeant Dan Hayden's poem called Jenny, and Last Call by Gail Petty, who's an officer who's the new senior lead officer from Munjoy Hill area. So the officers are paired with local professional poets, and other officers are paired with local professional photographers. And they go off, and both sets of the pairs create poems or take photographs, and out of that work we create the calendar.
Police Chief James Craig and photographer Marita McKenzie have teamed up for their part in the calendar project.
I saw the calendar, the Portland Police calendar, last year when a family member actually gave me a gift at Christmas time. And I was really impressed with the photography, but not just the photography. I think that when I saw it, I saw the human side of the police officers. And I think that that's the critical piece, that we don't always see police officers as part of the community. We see them in a different light, that they're not part of us, that they're separate from us. And I think the calendar helped bridge that gap. And I think that all of the officers who were photographed there got to have a really nice relationship with their photographer.
You know, this calendar project started before I arrived here in Portland this year. Certainly on the untimely death of Sergeant Rob Johnsey, who died in 2008. This was an effort that Portland police officers and the Arts and Equity Initiative came together in a partnership to really do something that's very unique, that in my mind hasn't been done anywhere else. This was an opportunity not only to do a great thing for one of their fallen colleagues, but it was also an opportunity to show the community what police officers are all about. I don't think I know of any time where police officers have written poems, and so I really applaud the leadership of certainly now Commander Mike Sawchuk and his effort in mobilizing the men and women to engage in such a worthy project. But more importantly, here we are entering into our second year, and the momentum, it has just taken off. I'm excited. Again, another opportunity to showcase the great work of the men and women of the Portland Police Department.
The hope for the calendar is that it gives a better picture of the work of police personnel and improves what can sometimes be a challenging relationship with the community they serve. In a creative way, the calendar reveals more of a human side to the individuals who put their lives on the line in the performance of their duty every day. Proceeds for the 2010 calendar will benefit the family of Sergeant Rick Betters, who passed away last year. The calendar was designed by students at the Maine College of Art. At the Portland Police Department, this is Steve Hirochik reporting for Community Update.